Okay, the last section of the set lines for book 2, even though I've done the last 10 lines, which were a mini section. I'll try not to faff about too much, just get through the literal translation of it all. So, starting from 730, so the loss of, with Aeneas obviously retelling the story of the fall of Troy to Carthaginians, and this section relates to the loss of his wife Creusa. Okay, iamque, and now. Proprinquabam is short for aproprinquabam, so I was approaching. It takes the dative, which is why it's portis. Que, and videbar, so passive of like I am seen, but as a deponent verb can mean seem. So I seemed to have escaped. So ewasise, perfect passive infinitive. Omnem viam, every street. Subito, cum subito, sorry, when suddenly. To my ears, add or, that would be an or race. Very common to see ace written as just an is in poetry. The frequent sound of freet, creber, crebra, crebrum, so a very rare adjective. The frequent, that agrees with sonitus, so masculine, sound, pedum, ibus, ibus, generally plural of pes, pedis. Of feet, seemed, so that's visus est, again, masculine because it agrees with sonitus and creber. Seemed, visus est, to be present, ad esse. And my father, que genitor, and father, looking out, literally at, but just looking out through the shadows. Just through the shadow, but you can say through shadows. So per umbram, prospiciens, nominative PAP, exclamat, shouts. Nate, O son, literally my son. Fuge nate, son, flee, son. They are approaching. So not aproprinquabam this time, but proprinquante. I see their shining shields and gleaming, literally bronzes, but you'd say just bronze. So I see, like the word discern, kerno, I see their ardente, again, it'd be ardentes, they're shining, literally burning, but yeah, just shining will do. Round bronze shields, so shields, klipeos, atque, and they're gleaming, mikantia, so another PAP, but this time neuter, ira. Yeah, literally bronzes, bronze things, you could say, yeah, but just, yeah, so just of their armor. Hic, here, some hostile power. So, yeah, so it's literally something. So nescio quid, if you look up the dictionary, so it says nescio quod, but it can be one word and it's just something. So some, you could say, literally badly friendly. So badly is an adverb and amicum is neuter because it's talking about a thing. So quid or quad. Because and it's agreeing with numen, so it's a divine power. So numen minis, very common third declension neuter trend. Here, some hostile, literally badly friendly power. Scattered, eripuit, literally snatched away. The troubled mind for an anxious me. So you can just say my. So yeah, the troubled mind of an anxious me. So so it confusam mentem, the troubled mind, like the word confused, mentem. Where's the next bit? Mihi is for me, but of me, and it like the word trepidation, trepido, for, but literally loosely of an anxious me. Namque, again, for. Dum, while, sequor, I follow. I follow literally untrodden things, but the translation I consulted said byways. Untrodden things is, trying to find the word here. Awia, yeah, awia. Cursu means with a, yeah, so cursus is running or a course or like a race course or a race, but it can be by running. You can say at a run. For while I do this, et and excado, I go away. You can just say stray. From the known district of streets. So nota regione, so ablative, first declension feminine. So, and again, eo eonis, like legio, feminine, oratio. So oratio orationis, very common third declension feminine trend. So e regione, and that guides you as to the scansion as well. From the known district, like the word region, viarum, genitive plural, of streets. Heu, alas. Conjunx creusa, my wife creusa. Erepta, that agrees with creusa, it's a PPP meaning having been snatched away. So it's the word rapio plus e or x, so to literally snatch out of. Having been snatched away by wretched fate, by misero fatone. So just by wretched fate. Misero can be sad, miserable, wretched. Alas, my wife, what she did was she substitit. So subsisto, like the word consisto, sistere constiti, substiti means halt, to halt. Or, so there's no first or, there's a second or, which is the say, so you can assume it's say, whether or did she wonder, so as a question, eravit ne, did she wonder, now this guides you as to the scansion, we are, so long a, from the road, so, or did she remain behind having exhausted? So recedit, did she literally sit back? Did she remain behind? Lapsa, exhausted, literally having slipped, having fallen, but it can also mean exhausted in the translation I consulted. Incurtum, so understood to be incurtum est. So the fact that it's means it's neuter, so it's not he is uncertain, she is uncertain, it is uncertain. So we're not sure what happened, but she conveniently fell behind, walking at a distance behind Aeneas, Ascanius, and Anchises. Nor did I look back for my lost one, that is Creusa. So we've got neck coming up. What did I say? Nor. Hang on. Oh, sorry. First of all, neither. Neither redita is understood to be redita est. Oh, sorry. There is the est there. It's just before. So neither was she returned to our eyes afterwards. So oculis nostris, dative, to our eyes. So she didn't come into our sight again, is what it's saying. Post is like saying posterior. Nor, neck, I'm just going to scroll up, sorry, so we can see the next section. Nor, neck, did I respexi, look back for my lost one. Look back, respexi, hang on. Oh, I see. So, yeah, prius quam is prius, just ignore. So that goes with the quam there. So look back. Yeah, now there's no for, but literally it's a having been, mito means to lose. So could mean to be sent away, but it means to lose. So that's the compound of mito. So it's a having been lost feminine accusative noun object. So for my lost one. nor did I look back for my lost one. Where, so animum where, that's another enclitic or just a suffix like quer, meaning and, it means or did I reflexi? So like the word reflect means to turn back. Did I turn back my animum, my mind? Now, priusquam, that's split up, before we came to the mound. So venimus, we came, to is understood, to the tumulum. So that is I think it's a later I'll say 3 word or it's a master word. To the mound, so just a meeting place when they're fleeing. And so que, the sacratam, so the having been made sacred, you can just say sacred, holy. Sedem, seat, foundation, just a site, so place to sit something like a house's foundations or any building. Antiquae cereris, of ancient Ceres, an ancient Ceres sacred holy site. Hic, here, with everyone having been gathered, so ablative absolute. So omnibus collectis, so like the word collected. Demo means just together. Oh no, sorry, at last I mean. Una means together, and by I think that is, I'm gonna have a guess that that's a long A, the adverb meaning together. One was missing. Oh no, what am I talking about? Sorry. Gathered together at last. Right, there's a word here with everyone. Gathered together. One was missing. And where's the word one? No, that has to be una. So no, I think that's going to be short. So yeah, so una, so one. Now I've just not sure why. I think collectis, yeah, I think I might now. One was missing. One person for me. Now I think that una, have a look. I'll have to have a look back at the scansion, but I would assume if it's one person was missing, as in Creosa, that has to be short. But if it means together, that has to be long. I would say with everyone gathered, yeah, it just makes a lot more sense. So I'd say that. I've just got to, someone remind me to check, if I forget, just someone remind me to check the scansion of that. So one, defuit, so de sum, means to fail, to be lacking, in this case, to be missing. And que, fefellit, so fellow, F-A-L-L-O, fellere, fefelli, so one of those reduplicated perfect stems. Can mean to deceive, but just here it's to escape the notice of. And she escaped the notice of her comites, so her comrades, que her son, que her husband. So just no one could see it, not even the people she knew and was closest to. Which of both men and of gods? So quem, that is which as an accusative. Hominumque deumque, of both men and of gods, did I not madly accuse? So incusavi, so like the word accus, incus, similar thing, same stem. So did I not accuse amen? So that's just it's technically a PAP, I think, but it's just gonna mean mad. In this case, madly. Ought, or what did I see? So quid vidi, did I see? So past tense of video. That was okay. So what thing? What crueler thing? So this agrees with oh no, yeah. So what crueler thing did I see? That's just a neuter comparative adjective, and it can be nominative, vocative uses all the same. So 1 pp, crudelis, 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 crudelia ris, crudelia race, say, so Oh no, so neuter would be or me possibus. What crueler thing? So what did I see that was cruel? You can just say in a versa urbe. So again, first declension, third declension. Literally, a werto is having to be turned out, like overturned in the destroyed city. Commendo, I entrust. Ascanius, que ankaisen. So just an irregular accusative there. So ankais is accusative. My father ankais is even. Que tukros penatis, really should be saying penates. And the Trojan household gods. So the figures in that famous artwork, as I say. Sokiis, with my companions, so allies, companions, Sokius, and I hide them away in a curved valley. Recondo, so hide away. So these people, so just to make sure they're safe while I go off. In Kerwawale. So again, first declension, third declension, ablative in a curved valley. So just a little kind of safe, protected, naturally safe, protected area he feels. Ipse, self word. So in this case, it's with I. So I myself. Repeto, so literally seek again. Go back to the urbem, and I am girded by shining armor. Kingo, I am crowned, literally. So you can say girded, surrounded. Fulgentibus armi, so PAP, shining, arms, armor. Literally, it stands, but yeah, the sense of it is my firm purpose is renovare, like the word renovate. So to make re novus, new again. To renew all misfortunes, again, omnis, but it really can be omnes, casus, all misfortunes, and I turned back through all of Troy. Reverti, just a compound of werto, I turned back. Per omnem, so we've had the que, per omnem Troiam, through all of Troy, so this is looking for Creusa, through all of Troy, and I again exposed my life, literally my head, to dangers. Et resus, that's a late OLC 3-word meaning again. Well, if it's not a historic infinitive, it's just a shortened form. So I exposed. So literally, yakio ob, I threw my head in front of dangers. So you can just say exposed. My caput, life, head representing life. Two dangers, dative plural, periculis, more regularly. Principio, in the beginning. So just like saying in principio, like the word principle. So principle is first and foremost. I go back to the walls. In the beginning, I go back to the walls. I've got to scroll down here. I go back, where are we? So I've done that. Must be repeto. Yeah, there it is, repeto. So I go back to the walls, muros, and the gate's dark thresholds. Que, the obscura, like the word obscure, limen, liminis, neuter, so it's neuter plural. The dark thresholds, portae, of the gate. Qua, from, with, by which, relating to the feminine portae, which is singular, from which I had taken my course. So retracing his steps is what he's saying. So extuleram, literally carried out, my gressum. So this is a I just keep saying gredio, gredi, gressus verbs. They are literally stepping verbs. So it's a verbal form of gradus. But you can just say going. So just as gressus, gressus, it would be my tracks. Back throughout the night, from which I've taken my course, and I follow my retraced tracks. I follow et sequor, my retraced tracks, my observata, where do we get the word observed, I guess, vestigia, that is a masterman's word, my tracks, retro, like retro, back, per noctem, throughout the night, purpose accusative, and with a keen, literally clear eye. Yeah, so I can only assume, I couldn't find that this would be illustro, perhaps, and it agrees with lumine. So o-e, neuter, second declension, third declension, with a keen eye, literally a clear light. So yeah, lumen representing eye here. So everywhere, ubique, seen that word before. The terror in my mind, horror in is understood, animo, simul, and also simul, the silentia, silence, ipsa, agreeing with that, emphatic, itself, terrent, frighten me, understood. Inde, from there. We've got si forte twice, so if by chance, if by chance. She had gone home. Now, if by chance, if by chance. So yeah, so literally she had borne her foot, so that can just mean to go. Domum, that is, this is Creosa. I return home. So refero, I bear myself back. Home is understood. So just where, so just she's thinking, has she gone home? If she has gone home, I'll go home and just check. The Danai, the Greeks had rushed in, so just ruo ruere, pluperfect, and in, so had rushed in, and they occupied all the house. Teneban, literally they held, being to say occupied. Omne tectum, literally all the roof. So the whole house, all the house. Scroll up with both of them. Immediately, that must be ilicet, very strange looking adverb. An edax ignis, a devouring fire, rolls towards the highest gables. Waluit, wow, sorry, that waluitur looks like waluit, but it's walwitur. Yeah, no, I think walwo can be a normal verb meaning I roll, but can also be, I imagine if it's walwitur, it can also be deponent. So it just rolls, all right? So rolls, add towards the summa fastigia, the highest gables, vento, which loosely in the wind. That's ablative. The flames are overpowering, so they overcome, and X is a little stronger than supero, so the flames are overpowering. And is not there. Their aistus, masterman's word, the seething heat, furit, rages towards the air, literally airs, but like just up in the air. So just a lot of fire, right? Procado, I go out, literally forward, and I come back to Priam's palace. Et reviso, literally I revisit the sedes, yeah, literally the seat foundation building, but it's a palace, the home. Priami of Priam, que arcem, and the citadel. Et yam, and now, with the porticos in Juno's sanctuary empty. So with the porticos empty, so porticibus vacuis ibus is, ablative, not an ablative absolute, but still ablative. In asilo, where we get the word asylum from, so people seeking asylum, they're seeking sanctuary, so a safe place. In the sanctuary of Juno, so that's just added to the ablatives. The chosen guards, so the lecti, like the word select, so the lecti, the having been chosen custodes, guards, Phoenix and faithful Ulysses, they watch the booty carefully. So they adservabant the pridam. A prido is a robber. A prido robs prida or pridam. So that means treasure, booty, loot. So yeah, prido, pridonis is third declension. Prida is first declension. Related words with those first 5 letters. To here, hook, undique, from all sides, the treasure from Troy, the Gaza Troya. No, hang on. The treasure from Troy. So I just got to go scroll down again. To here, the from all sides, the treasure from Troy. So yeah. So right. The treasure from Troy, Gaza Troya. I'm not, this was a very odd line scansion-wise, by the way. So robbed from the sanctuaries. So this is erepta. From the sanctuary set fire to. Yeah, so the from the sanctuaries, another word for sanctuaries, adip tum, I imagine. But sanctuaries in Kensis having been set fire to. So which have been set fire to. To here from all sides, the treasure from Troy. I have to have a look at this. I'm not sure if the translation really fits, but that scansion was highly irregular. I remember 5-foot spondy. Yeah. It's 5-foot spondy, then it has to be from all sides, the treasure from Troy. Like I'm not sure how that fits with like being ablative. So just from with by treasure from Troy, but just yeah, you don't know the exact translation, but just scansion wise, it is a bit odd. From the sanctuary, set fire to que. We've got both the tables of gods, both the gods' tables. So what do we have? Solid gold bowls. So, oh yeah, literally bowls solid with gold. So crateres, like the word crater. Crater is literally a bowl shape. That's how you can remember the word bowls. Solidi or auro, so solid with gold, but just solid gold bowls. What did I say? Both the gods' tables, both solid gold bowls and captive clothes are collected. The gods' tables. Oh, yeah, I think. Oh, yeah, because it says the que before mensai. So with this and. Oh, I see. See, yeah. Okay, so if I'm going to add anything, I have to add another and in there. Yeah. So yeah, we don't have to say and in English, but I think it would be best to put it in because it says it. Yeah. So you don't say it in English, but it's just you might as well just put it in brackets because you don't say it in English. So and solid gold balls and captured clothes, captiva. Westis. So Westis is just, yeah, can be just clothes. It is singular, but just can mean clothes, and captua would be feminine, and captua agrees with that. Congeritur are collected. Just passive form. Even though it is collected, but yeah, it's just all treating them as if it's just a whole big singular thing. Pueri et Pawidai Martres. Pawidai, I remember we had in a poem last year. So the one with the fawn. boys or children, sorry, and terrified matres, mothers, stand around. Stant Kirkum is like Kirkum stant. They stand around longo ordine. So ordo ordinis. If it's not, it's masculine. So it's longo. So another ablative. In a long line. So just like you can imagine people seeking refuge, there's just, long trains of people trying to get away, which has happened throughout time and still happening now, sadly. I indeed. I indeed, even dead. So indeed, even I think would be quinetiam. Dead is saying also sum, to throw my cries through the shadows. To yaktare, just a variation on yakere, my cries, literally my voices. Per umbras, literally through the shadow, but just shadows sounds better. And I filled the streets with my cries. There's no and, but I filled. So in plewi is like compleo, complere, complewi, to fill or man a ship, that masterman's word. So in plewi, very similar. I filled the vias, the streets, with a shout, with my cries, with my cry. Que maestus, very late OLC word, and sad, you can just say sadly. Scroll down. Also nequiquam, fruitlessly. We also had that in a poem last year. The one about honoring his written to his dead brother, Horace or Catullus. Fruitlessly redoubling my cries. That's in Geminan. So like the Gemini. So saying again and again, again and again. So just duplicating, like twins are kind of duplicates of one another. Redoubling my my cries understood. Both again and again. Iterumque, iterumque. I called Creusa. So wakawi Creusam. So searching for her and running. Oh yeah, so yes, this agrees with Mihi 2 lines below. Yep. So searching for her. So let's just deal with this first. Quirenti, it's PAP. Quirenti, searching for her, understood. Et and running, ruenti, rushing, hurrying. On the, it's just understood in plus the ablative, on the tectes, on the roofs of the city, sine fine, without end. I'm just going to highlight that one. We've seen that line before. We've seen that phrase before, sine fine. Well, I've seen it before, and I'll go through it with you later. The unhappy ghost. Actually, I'm going to highlight that word as well, just while we're at it. The unhappy ghost in Felix simulacrum, image. That's a masterman's word. And the shadow of Creusa herself. Atque, the umbra, the shade. Creusai, special adjective, ipsius, of Creusa herself. Visa est, was seen, perfect passive. Mihi, literally, yeah, as I said, to a looking and running me, running in this place without end, me. Was seen to me. Was seen even ante oculos, before the eyes for a running and looking for her, me. And as a likeness, and yeah, so and as a, like when you have the nominative, you can just say as a sometimes if it fits. As a likeness, I think that's another masterman's word, greater than the one known to me. So maior is a comparative adjective, agreeing with Imago. Greater, I think this would be an ablative of comparison. So this would make this a long A, I believe. So argo, mayor. Yeah, it would be. I think notar. I think that no is also long. So just naturally. So yeah, than the one known to me. So that's I think it'd be an ablative comparison. So that's why you don't have a quam or anything like that. So you can remember comparative. You can ditch the quam and just make the second word ablative if you're comparing two things. Obstipui. I was astounded. Just like he sees images like he's seen of Hector in his dream, and yes, starting to see Creusa as much as Hector. So I was astounded. Que icomai, my hairs, steterunt, stood, like you say, the hairs on the back of my neck stood up, and my voice stuck in my throat. My wax, hysit, clung. I think we had that word in Caesar related to the letter which was shot onto the tower. Stuck, falcibus, in my throat. Don't know why that's plural, but it just is. Tum. Then she spoke towards me like this. Give me a sec. I'm going to scroll down here. So then, I think there's two historic infinitives. So let's adfari and demere. So just you got to treat it as if it's like adfatur or ad it can't be. Yeah, it's it has to be just a she form. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. So she spoke to me, understood, seek like this, and with these words, his dictis. So words. The word dicta can be words. Yeah. So the word dicta can be words, but it's literally things having been said. So just things having been said are words. With these words, took away my troubles. Demere my curas, my cares, concerns, anxieties. Concerns as to where she was in her death, or just what had happened to her. What use is it to indulge in mad grief so much? So quid, what use is it to indulge? Oh, I think what use? Now tantum is so much. This must be a secondary meaning of you. What must be? What use is it? What use is it? T ending on you. What? Indulgere, where we get the word indulge from. To indulge in. Now these dative, but just in sounds better. In mad, like the word insane. Dolori, grief, tantum. So much. O dulcis conjux, O sweet husband, says Creusa to, and it says the shade of Creusa to Aeneas. These things don't happen without the God's will. Hike, these things are this time subject. Non eveniunt, like the word of eventuate in a way. So these things don't come out, that don't come about. Sine numine, without divine power. Without power of the gods. Now, numen is power, as in divine power, anyway. So, or their will. So, without the literally divine will of the devorum of the gods. Nec nor does fas, as I said, right or wrong, but here divine law would be a good just what is decreed. Does divine law ought or ile, that regnator, literally that ruling person, that ruler of Olympi, of Olympus superi, that agrees with Olympi, both genitive, above, allow you, so Jupiter, allow sinit, sino sinere, allow you, te, to carry, portare creusa object, pink from here, comitem, that agrees with Creole Sam, as a comrade, and obviously as a person who is alive as well. So Creosa must die, or she must be left behind. But she also dies too. You must plow a long exile, literally. I'll just scroll down here. You must, literally a gerundive obligation. So literally it is to be plowed. So the word arrow means to, it's like a land that is arable, it's able to be plowed. Literally it is to be plowed. So it must be plowed, loose passive, by you, Tibby, for you, by you. You can just say you must plow. A long exile, longa exilia. And the sea's vast level surface. So can't worry about Korea. So this is what you must do now. You can't look back, literally looking back to see where she's gone, but just you must look forward. Troy can't be saved. And the sea's vast level surface. Et vastum ichor. I think ichor must be neuter. And the vast, ichor is a masterman's word, level surface, mare, 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 maris, of the sea. Et venies, future tense, and you will come, ad is understood, to Hesperian land, to Hesperia's land, otherwise known as Italy. Ubi, where? The Lydian or the Etruscan, River Tiber, that's Tibris. Is there a word for river? One sec. Can't be Awa. I'm not sure what it is actually, but just, or it can just be, I think it's just Lydian Tiber. I think river must be understood. Flows, fluid, where we get the word fluent, if you're fluent in the language, with a gentle course or a gentle forward movement. So leni, lenis, lenis, lenem, lenis, leni, leni, agmine. That's usually a column of or an army on the march, but here it's relating to the forward movement of a river. With a gentle forward movement among men's rich fields. So inter opima arwa, the rich fields. Any words with op I got to with wealth and richness. So virum is genitive plural, of men. So this is where you're going to establish a new Troy and sustain yourself in a new land. Ilic, like hic is here, ilic is there. There. Laetae res, happy things. Quae regnum, and kingship. Et regia conjunx, and a royal wife will become possessions, tibi, for you. So parta, that is, that's a deponent verb. I think, is it pario or pario? I'm not sure, but just parta, like will be, things having been possessed is the literal. So just, you can just say will become possessions for you. Now, parta may double as a noun meaning possessions. Banish your tears for your beloved Creusa. Pele, drive, like expel, drive out. So drive, you could say like drive away. Banish, I guess it can also mean banish your lacrimas, tears, and then dative for dilecti, you're having been loved, diligo, diligere, dilectus. Must be a compound of lego, legere, but nothing got to do with reading. Creusai, dative. So this is Creusa speaking, remember, her shade. I will not look. Ego, non, aspiciam, future tense, am, ace, et. At the proud homes, the superbas sedes. Now these are two genitive plurals, mimidonum, dolopum, ibus, ibus, of the myrmidons or the myrmidons, There's three Greek references here. We dolopum. These are just people of Thessaly. We've had these words before. Followers of Achilles and just Greeks in general. Or go as someone of slavery to Greek mothers. Ought, I will not go, ebo, future tense. Yeah, so this one's a bit funny. Like it could be like having been enslaved. So I don't know what sui tum though. So as someone of slavery. So can't quite account for the case here, but just because she's dead. So she won't see the Greek occupation of Troy and be a slave to anyone. Gratis matribus, dative, to Greek mothers. Just scroll down to, so we just got to go 795 now. As a, and this is who I am, as a Trojan, Dardanis, et Murus, the daughter-in-law, dy veneris. So venus veneris. Venus ends in us, but is feminine, so it's not second declension, it's a third declension. Venus veneris. See that is genitive singular ending of divine Venus. Said, but the great mother of the gods, the Magna Genetrix. So that is that's the female version of Genitor, father, like ancestral father, but Mother Deum, so saying Deorum, of the gods, holds me back by these coasts. So Creusa cannot keep saying cannot go with Aeneas, and she has to be got out of the way because they have to marry local Italian women to form the Roman race. Holds me back. Detinet, like the word detain. May, holds me back. His oris, on these coasts, or you can say by these coasts actually. Yamque, and now, wale, farewell, et, and protect the love of the sun shared by us. So, his name, Ascanius. Serwa, so another command, protect the amorem, the love, and these two words are second declension and third declension genitive singular of the sun shared, literally shared by all, but the sun we both share is what she's saying. Ubi, when, dedit, she gave, hike dicta, really should be ha dicta, but it's just hike, not ha ha. These words, literally these things having been said, so the shade, she, deseruit, so just deserted, me, understood. Deserted, literally a crying, so this is accusative, a crying and volemtem dicere, wishing to say multa, many things me, understood. So see how that's what's being deserted. All these accusatives, the lacrimantem and volentem, these two accusatives. And she withdrew into thin air. Recessit, like the word recess, recession. So she withdrew, retired into, now tenu east would be tenu ace. So in plus accusative, to thin, fine, like the word tenuous. So you've got a tenuous hold on something, you're only just struggling to hold on to it. Air, yeah, it says airs, but it's just say air, okay? We've got ter a couple of times here. So I'm just gonna scroll down to the bottom of the English so we know when we're done. 9192, yeah, there we go. So three times it says. So still hasn't quite let go. I tried, conatus sum, to put, to literally give. So dare, my brachia. I think Gilderoy Lockhart says something like this in Harry Potter. So you can remember it's got to be the arm. So my arms, that's how I remember the word anyway. And it might be very similar with the Italian as well. Around, literally about on her neck. Circum, around collo, her neck. Now, where does the ibi fit in? 3 times I tried to put my arms around about on her neck. There, it's the word there, but just, yeah, it's not majorly important, but just, yeah. And 3 times frustra. This is in Melbourne Girls Grammar's motto, by the way, Dominus nisi frustra, so unless the Lord is in vain. 3 times her likeness, her imago, having been grasped at, so that's feminine, the declension, agreeing with comprensa, having been grasped at, frustra, adverb in vain, effugit, fled, or you can say escaped, my manus, long new, so my hands. Like the light winds. Now it's like equal to, but you can just say like. The levibus, ebus is, lewis, light, like the word levity, alleviate, etc. Like the light winds, ventis, and most like, que, similima, so the, not illissima, but just the irregular superlative form of similis, most like, fleeting sleep, walucri, this is ablative, somno, sleep. Yeah, I think walucri is related to kind of like flying, so like flies by, so therefore fleeting. Sic, thus, demum, at last. With night having ended, so nocte consumta, literally with night having been consumed. And remember, I keep saying that night is third declension and it's feminine, so a consumta, long a, nocte, short e. Having ended, I come back to my friends. So literally, I revisit my companions or allies. So yeah, we'll go through that in more detail, but that's generally the translation of that last big section. Thank you.